Hello, good people, and thank you so much for checking out my channel. All right, so this is a recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 14, episode 7, and it's titled "Who Gonna Check Me, Boo?" Oh my goodness, that really took me back to Sheree when Sheree said this so many seasons ago, and that was like one of her best lines. Who gonna check me, boo? Okay, on this particular episode, we're back to the cooking class. Sonia, who's one of the new cast members of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she has a Jamaican cooking class at this location. It's not at her house, but it's someplace where she's invited all the ladies. Everyone's there except for Drew. Drew shows up the last minute after everything's been prepared. After the ladies have went through cleaning the chicken, cutting up all the ingredients, and even Candy's mom, Mama Joyce, is there, and of course Sonia's mom is there too. And it's just like a beautiful scene. And then all of a sudden we see Miss Drew show up. So when Drew shows up, she she acknowledged to Sonia that yeah, she came because she invited her, and that she was being a true friend. She was coming to be supportive, and this was one invitation that Sonia did not take back. So that's why she came through. But while the ladies are sitting around eating the food, and of course they're saying the food is so good, it really looked good too. I really like and enjoy Jamaican food. So and it looked like it was very tasty. So they get to the point. Well, Sonia, she pulls out her gold medal, her actual gold medal that she won in the Olympics. I think she's like a four-time gold medalist or whatever. But at this cooking class, she has her gold medal with her, and she gives it to Marlo, saying that Marlo did the best dance when they first came in. And that she was the winner of the medal. Of course, she's going to get her medal back. But she said that she figured the ladies had never seen the Olympic gold medal before. And I guess she wanted to show it off to them. And they they all acknowledged it was pretty nice, and that Marlo said it was very heavy, and she shared it with Candy so she could see how heavy it was. I don't know. It just seems kind of out of pocket and crazy for Sonya to even bring that along with her. It's like, okay, we understand that you're a gold medalist. We understand that you won multiple times. It's an awesome accomplishment. But baby, boo, you do not have to carry around the medal with you. And even on their confessionals, especially Drew was like, okay, we don't see Kenya carrying around her is it Miss America or Miss Universe crown. We don't see Candy carrying around her Grammys, but those ladies have also accomplished very, very, high esteem awards. So nobody's carrying around their awards but Sonya. So it's kind of weird and also whack, as I stated. And so Sonya also tells Drew that she was happy that she did come because she wanted to talk to her, and that she's been trying to talk to her. And Drew started making faces like, when did you try to talk to me? When we were on our trip to New York, you even came to my room and you used my makeup artist for free. She And it was really shady the way that she put it out there, that Sonya had used her artist for free. And so Sonya didn't appreciate that, because she said it wasn't free and that the guy charged her $25. And Drew was like, well, did you pay him? And that made things even worse. So they were like going back and forth at the table. It was ridiculous, really ridiculous. So even Miss Mama Joyce is at the other end of the table, sitting beside Sonia's mom. I don't recall Sonia's mom's name, but Mama Joyce is telling her, what they're talking about, it really don't even make sense. And that was so true, Mama Joyce. Really very true. And so Sonya mom interjects and says that Drew just needs to be respectful and stop making fun faces at Sonya. And King is like, oh my God, Sonya's mama gonna beat Drew's ass. It was just really crazy and ridiculous. Very nonsense for sure. Um, so then Drew throws it on Kenya, asking Kenya if she let Candy know that she felt uncomfortable about the whole sex toy thing when they were in New York. As far as Candy asking the ladies to wear the panties with remote control, and all that stuff. But basically, Candy's just trying to advertise her business. And Kenya had already, well, I know Marlo for sure said that she didn't feel comfortable with the whole situation and everything. And so, anyway, Kenya at this particular function, she also acknowledges that she didn't feel comfortable. She didn't understand the whole thing. And so, Mama Joyce interjects again, like, nobody can tell me what to do with my. I think she said, with my vagina, and you didn't have to wear it. So Mama Joyce is really there from Candy. Of course, that's her girl. That's truly her girl. She's there sticking up for her baby and everything. And it's just like point blank period. We all know Candy was just trying to advertise, and she's making the most out of this platform like she's been doing from day one. Candy is one smart business lady. So Marlo, you didn't wear the panties. Sheree, you said yours didn't work. That's it. For the ones that did wear them and it did work, Candy got her panties advertised, and that was her goal. All right. So later on, we see that Marlo Marlo is at a women's expo, and she shares information on her foster care days and how she has a foundation that she calls Glam It Up, and this is where she helps with the kids. I think it's only geared towards girls that's in foster care. She acknowledges some people that's made donations to her foundations, and how she uses um, part of the foundations where she supplies clothes and other materials to the girls, and she even takes them out to 5-star restaurants, things like that. And that's her way, or letting the girls know that's in foster care that they are worthy according to Marlo. So that's her spin on that. All right, so then we have Sonia, who's sitting around with her family, because remember, her entire family lives with her, which includes her mom, her dad, her husband, their child, and her sister. I don't know who else lives in the house, but it's a lot of people. And she said her entire family. So her sister is there, and she shares with her sister and also her father about the Jamaican cooking class and how things went. And of course, they touch on Drew, and how Drew was saying that Sonya was just trying to clout chase. Um, and that was in reference to Sonya only inviting Candy and I think Kenya to one of her shoots. However, she didn't invite the other ladies, and so the other ladies looked at it as Sonya only invited those two because, of course, Candy has so many followers. She's been out and around so many times. Candy used to be part of a music group, and Candy's done so many things, as we all know. And of course, Kenya, she's well known also, and she's done a lot of things. So those two, they do have a lot of followers. And so that's what Drew referenced, is that Sonya was just trying to clout chase. And so Sonya's sister's like, okay, so who is Drew exactly? And it was like, from the game. And she was like, what game? And talking about Drew, she's acting like she was Melanie. And Melanie was like the main character of the game. And to be honest, I do remember the name Drew Sidora. She played as herself in the game, but I don't remember it being such a significant part. So Drew, please go take several seats. But I do get Drew's point about why Sonya only invited those two. But I'm like, okay, I mean, everybody's on this platform mostly to get their hustle on. So you cannot blame Sonya for making whatever move she's making. Just like they can't blame Candy for trying to put her products out there and asking them to wear those panties. vibrating panties. All right, so we see Sheree. The life coach comes over to her place. Sheree has such a beautiful home, and she has very good taste. Like I'm more than just like looking and listening to the people that's on the TV. I'm like looking at everything in the background, trying to pick up ideas. Like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. What is that texture wallpaper? But anyways, so yeah, the life coach comes over to talk to Sheree, and of course they get to the point. This scene here is from a couple of episodes ago when Sheree went to Philly to meet with Tyrone, but Tyrone stood her up. He didn't show up. He didn't answer her call. He didn't answer her text. So anyway, she's sharing this information with the life coach, and the life coach basically tells her to be done with Tyrone. No more Tyrone. No more guys that's locked up or just came out of jail. So she said that she's gonna focus on her She by Sheree. So that is yet to see, and hopefully we will see something as far as She by Sheree sometime within this season. All right, so Candy and Todd, they're at their house, and Candy's going through some old clothes with her used clothes, and she's calling herself, I guess, bagging them up for Marlo to donate to Marlo Foundation. And so of course she calls Marlo on the phone and let Marlo know that she has some things she wants to donate, and she lets her know that it's used clothes. And so Marlo just tell Candy point blank period, no. She said that her Glam It Up Foundation is not a foundation that takes or accepts used clothes, and that she wants these girls to know their worth, and that's not something that's what's going to happen. And so Candy thought it was really shady and very bad taste for Marlo to do such a thing. And it was like, Marlo, what are you talking about? I mean, sometimes you can find like the best pieces of hand-me-downs, and who has to know that your things are hand-me-down? And besides that, I guarantee, and I'm not like a fan of Candy. I'm not a fan of Candy. She's okay, and I'm a proud of all the confidence she's done, and I would say she is a great motivator. However, just in general, I believe, I truly believe that any foster care kids, if they knew they were getting clothes, hand-me-down clothes, secondhand clothes from Candy Burris, someone that's part of Escape, someone that's been in many different, that's wrote many songs and won many Grammys, and even her acting, even on the most recent show, what was that, Chicago, I believe, she did great, and I think she still has a part, and she's also acting in other things. So like Candace always on her grind, and then with all her Broadway plays, I'm quite sure any foster kid would be so happy, even if they just took the clothes and resold them on Posh or any just did whatever. They would have been happy to get those clothes. Like, Marlo, what are you talking about? Please take several seats. Oh my goodness, Marlo, I cannot. Wow. Okay, so Sheree and Kenya, they meet up and they have it appears to be brunch, but we'll just say they meet up for lunch. I didn't catch the name of the restaurant. However, the food seemed to look pretty good. So they meet up and they chatted up about their businesses. We know Kenya has her hair care line, and of course Sheree has her She by Sheree. And so they both, they speak about the troubles they're having with their businesses, trying to run their business. In essence, they both mention that they don't have a team. Like, it's a one-woman show, and that's the struggle for both of them. So Kenya also talks about Marlo accusing her of lying about being sick, when when Kenya was supposed to go with Marlowe's and to help with putting together something for Sheree. They were trying to make Sheree feel better about um her whole thing about being stood up by Tyrone. But Kenya didn't make it. She only sent the supplies by Drew to Marlowe's place. However, when Kenya called Marlo, she had like full glam on. However, Kenya, she did explain to Marlo that she had full glam on because she was gonna come. However, she was feeling sick, and in this day and time, whenever you're feeling sick, it's best to get tested before you go around other people because you don't want to spread anything, right? So Kenya, she explained it to Marlo, but Marlo wasn't taking that, and she was like, Kenya should have still came, I guess. But Kenya's not feeling it, and she thinks that Marlo is just trying to make her look so bad and trying to just make her out to be a liar, and that she does not appreciate that at all. So, towards the end of the show, we have all the ladies meet up again at a restaurant, except for Candy. Candy's is out in LA and she's on her grind, so she doesn't meet up with the ladies. And at this meetup, we get back to Drew and Sonya getting into it again. So, and this is just, I don't know, it really doesn't, it don't even make sense. I'll be so happy when they get past this part with Drew and Sonya getting into it. But Kenya and Marlo also end up getting into it because Marlo, it comes up that Candy's in LA. Marlo mentions that Candy did talk to her and that she had reached out to her about donating used clothes. And Marlo had told her that that wasn't going to be good enough for her girls and they don't take hand-me-downs. And so Kenya was like, there's nothing wrong with hand-me-downs, and that she herself used to wear hand-me-downs. And so Marlo shared how it made her feel when she was in foster care and she would have a bag full of used clothes and used toys and everything. And so Kenya's still making a point like, there's nothing wrong with hand-me-downs. And she was like, and Marlo was saying people will always talk about her, and she was like, and pick on her. And Kenya was saying, who hasn't been picked on? You know, she basically was saying that Marlo wasn't making sense. And I totally agree with Kenya. So, that pretty much was it for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hopefully Drew and Sonya, they would get past their differences. It doesn't seem to be anything major, and hopefully Marlo and Kenya will get along okay. But you know, they have to keep the drama going because that what keeps us tuned in. So we'll see what else they come up with. The thing is that the shade is very funny, so it's that's what's keeping me locked in, just watching the shade to see what's going on, even though a lot of the scenes do seem to be manufactured, like it really seemed to be stripped, like they're strip writing. So I don't see any type of reality in this. So thank you guys so much for checking out my channel. That was the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who's gonna check me, boo? I think I covered everything. I hope you guys continue to have a great week, and bye-bye.